Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday digital edition of Intentional Talk. It's presented to you by Toro. It's Millar, it's Rose, and it's Millar's golfing buddy. You know him now as the third base coach for the New York Yankees, Phil Nevin. All right, Phil, are you a little upset because you haven't been able to take any of Millar's money over the last few months?
I am. It's usually a profitable time for me when he comes and when he's making his trips out to New Jersey. We get together, but I'm having to rough it now. I don't have Kevin's income to rely on right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, Kevin, that was nice of you. That you donate to the Nevin Family Fund.
I'll be honest with you. I'm an ATM machine on the course. I look way better than I am as a golf scorer guy, and feels way better than I at golf, and that's the way it is. So that means the bet hasn't been right, so I'm gonna get more strokes next time. Thank you.
Did Kyle take money from you when you brought him up?
Actually, no. I ended up paying him money also because I owed you some money, and then he cost money. Kyle's good. His youngest son, Chris, is gonna be like a 2, like his daddy.
Oh, man.
So yeah, I just lose all the way around to the Nevin family.
Yeah, I get it. Well, Phil, you were a winner back in 1992. You struck the baseball lottery, if you will. You were the first pick of the draft that year by the Houston Astros. What do you remember about June 1st of 92?
Well, it was a long time ago for one, but the draft was completely different back then. It was, we kind of staged that phone call in a hotel room with my dad there. And I'd known maybe for a couple days, but I was in Omaha for the College World Series. We just finished the regional, and it was an off day, so that was good. But we just, I'd known for a day or two, and then they staged this phone call in my hotel room where they brought a camera in, and that was the big number one pick that year. The whole how they displayed it and showed it off. But it's something that probably it holds a lot more meaning now, I think, than it did before, when you understand what player development is and what the scouts go through when you're on this side of it. It was an exciting day for everybody, but still, we talk about draft days. Yeah, it was exciting for me, but still, nothing will compare to sitting and watching, MLB Network when your son was drafted in the first round, and getting to hear his name called will always be a much more special day than mine.
Why? Sorry, Kevin. I hate to cut you off, but I want to hear why.
I don't know. I mean, it's your kids. I mean, that's a weird question, Rose. Really. I mean,
well, I want to hear what your emotions were. I want to hear you be a proud papa.
Yeah. We had a little party at the house, and the Diamondbacks gave me the day to go home and be with him for the draft, and we had people over at the house, so family, and still pictures of, some of his buddies were in the room crying, his little brother at the time. It was a cool deal, when you hear your name called like that. We had an idea where he was going to go, but still, to hear it and have it happen in front of you on TV, even though Spielberg, so I give him crap for it today, couldn't pronounce Poway, California, but it all worked.
Yeah, it's spelled a little different. That's okay. I do want to take it real quick to the draft, Phil, because you and I always joke around about this a little bit, because we always know that Derek Jeter was in that draft, and you said, hey, I can't wait till you bring up Jeter. But the funny thing was that if you weren't picked number 1, you thought maybe you would have ended up with the Indians, which meant maybe that you and Chris Rose would have been a lot closer, because Rose is an Indians groupie. Talk to me about that one, Phil.
Yeah, Rosie, we would have hoped it would have worked out a little better than it did for me in Houston, but it could have happened. I ended up being friends with a lot of those guys that I would have maybe come up to the middle, in that system with Richie Sexton and Brian Giles and that group, and both two good friends of mine. But baseball, it's just so funny, weird how this stuff works out. I learned a heck of a lot from the guys I was around in Houston with Biggio, Bagwell, Caminiti, that maybe didn't sink in right away when I got there, but I certainly remember those talks and those things that were brought up to me when I was young and just blinded by everything. And, those things kind of resonated later in my career, but certainly guys that helped me out a tremendous amount. And I really credit a lot of things that happened later on that went good to those guys that I was around when I was really young.
Let's get to draft day in the Mississippi mud flap, the old mullet, Phil. That was in back in 92. It's still in at times now. Talk to me about the hairdo.
Well, I think I was one of the last guys to have that. I had it all the way up until let's see, 1998 when I was with the Angels, and we traded for Charlie O'Brien, and when he got there, and Charlie and I didn't get along real well, so that's when we were like the last two to have the mullet. So I said, you know what, I'm taking it off now. So I'm done with this guy. So.
Yes, but you're a good daddy because Tyler wore one also, and who do you think wore it best?
Where do you get these pictures?
Yeah, Phil, you know.
Yeah, that's Tyler right there. Yep, and in fact, Kyle, you should see, he's Texas. He went full Texas. He's got the cowboy hat. He's got the mullet. He's got it. In fact, when he got home, I said, man, you said you were going to Texas to go to college. You said you weren't going to lose to California. I'm not coming back in boots and a hat. Well, Christmas Day when he came home, the first 3 boxes he opens, cowboy boots, cowboy hat, Wranglers. And
yes.
He's all in.
Well, I mean, here's Exhibit A right here with your buddy Kevin Millar. Grew up in the state of California. Now he lives in Texas. And everybody's like, oh, you must be a lifelong Texan. Nah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I have a good idea why. I'm just not sure we can say it right here. So.
Yep. Great point. Thank you.
So, Phil, these days your job is hanging out at third base, coaching the New York Yankees. One of the cool things that you do is you've got like a special handshake for every guy that hits a home run. Is there one that is your favorite?
It's whoever's hitting it. To be honest, it means we just scored a couple points, but I mean, they're all good. They all come to me. What can we do next? I'm like, hey, man, that's on you guys. This isn't really – Luke started that forearm bash. I can't remember even who it started with, but Glaber, he wants to jump. Gio right there, you see, he punches me in the stomach, so I had to kind of trim down the belly a little bit.
Yeah, you have low hips, and you wore Eric Lindros's number right there. I didn't realize you were 88, Phil.
Yeah, well, I started with 53, and then we traded for Britton, and I went to 35. And then, there's not many Yankee coaches, not many numbers here, so they save the lower numbers for players. And last year when I was trying to decide what number to wear now, I was like, give me something no one else is going to want. And, I mean, there was 60s and 70s, 88. I'm like, 88, let's do that. So, okay, so it's kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Well, you could always wear that to a Jets game, and they could put you in as a third tight end.
Ooh, yeah. Altoon. Remember Altoon?
Altoon.
Yeah.
Jets, yep.
Ooh, that's a good one out of Wisconsin. First-round pick. I love that. All right, so listen, you obviously know your sports trivia, so I guarantee you this is going to be tougher than any test you took at Cal State Fullerton. This is the first ever edition of Titan of Trivia. These are questions about your time in college baseball and the College World Series and all sorts of cool stuff. You ready?
Why am I getting nervous? But yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, start pitting.
You're going to do fine. Millar came up with these off the top of his head this morning.
Oh, jeez.
All right. You are one of 6 Cal State Fullerton players picked in the top 10 of the June draft. Name 2 of the other 5.
Mike Harkey.
Very good.
Is that a yes or a no?
No, you're in.
He went 4th overall in 87 to the Cubs.
Right. Chapman went later. I should know this.
Phil, we golfed in San Diego together.
Brent Maine.
No.
Phil, you invest with this guy.
Oh, Wallach.
Phil.
Hey, Wallach.
Kotze. Jeez.
I thought Kotze was like 14.
Yeah, he went 9th overall to the Marlins in 96. The others are Adam Johnson went 2nd to the Twins, Ricky Romero 6th to the Blue Jays, and Christian Colon 4th to the Royals.
Sad.
So I failed right away, huh?
Yeah, you didn't fail. You got partial credit on your first one.
I thought Kotz was out. And I apologize to Kotz because, he'll be telling me.
Don't worry. He won't let you have it or anything.
Dude it in.
All right. You are one of 10 number 1 overall picks to have played in the College World Series in the same year that you were drafted. Name 3 of the last 5 number 1 overall picks to play in the College World Series in the same year that they were drafted.
You're telling me Millar put these questions together?
No, I was kidding.
3 of the last first overall picks.
Play left field for the Phillies. He's
Burrow.
Yeah.
Thank you. 1.
Pat Burrow would be 1. Why, we got to go way back, huh?
Let's go with I'm going to give a clue right here. His wife was on the Best Damn Sports Show with Chris Rose back in the day, holding a dog. And this big league pitcher.
I'm sure Phil tuned into that episode, Kev.
Chris Benson.
Chris Burke?
Chris Benson.
Florida?
Yeah. These are tough ones. This one, I'll tell you. Dansby Swanson, Pat Burrell, Matt Anderson. Mm-hmm. Remember him? Tall pitcher.
Absolutely. Detroit Tigers. I was there then. And then Benson, Anna Benson's the guy you're talking about, right? The Benson's wife?
Yeah.
And Wilson's the guy that Farnsworth drilled, right? Punched in the face.
Yes. Very good. Excellent.
I thought the wife tip was going to be a good one, Chris. I'll be honest with you.
I would have gotten it. So this is good. You are one of 3 players from Cal State Fullerton to hit 200 homers in the show. Who are the other 2?
Tim Wallach.
Yep.
Chris Davis.
See? We're on a roll now. Feel good about this one. Now, this one's good. I think you can really get this. You are one of 8 former #1 overall picks to have a 40-homer season in the majors. Jeez. Name 4 of the other 7.
Chipper.
Yep.
Burrell did not, I don't think.
He didn't. No, you're right. High 30s.
40. Wow.
Big number.
Junior, Griffey.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Jeez. I don't know. I should have pulled up the list of #1 picks.
Oh, Rose, where are they?
A-Rod.
A-Rod, darn it.
Harper. Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Hamilton, Jeff Burrows, a former league MVP as well.
Oh, yeah. He played with his
one. All right, last one. Just days after becoming the #1 overall pick, you won the most outstanding player in the College World Series. What was the bigger number? Total hits you had in the 92 World Series or total hits by Mala in the 04 postseason? I don't know if you heard he's an 04 champ.
Yeah, Phil, we won the World Series in 04.
Yeah, I watched it. I probably watched part of it. I don't know. They played in the whole postseason for Millar or just the World Series?
Yeah, the entire postseason.
We wasn't that long. We did a lot of sweeping.
We played 7 games. You guys probably played, 12? I got to go with Millar. And he wouldn't have put this question on there unless he had one up on me. So
it was tied. You each had 10, but he went 10 for 42, a 238 average. You went 10 for 19. You hit 526.
Yeah.
Yep. And you know why? Because first picks are supposed to be really good in the big leagues, and you were really good in the big leagues. Non-drafted guys, because I had that setup call with my dad, and it didn't come through. We went to St. Paul Saints, played Bill Murray. How you doing?
Well, those 10 postseason hits that Millar had just in that one postseason, what was that, 04? That's 10 more than I had in my career postseason hits. So,
stop. You've done just fine.
Now you're embarrassing me.
All right. Phil, it was good catching up with you. Hopefully we'll see you back out on the diamond relatively soon.
Kevin needs a little, rubbing in the back once in a while, so I'm helping him out here.
Yeah, we don't like to do that too much around here. That sort of thing happens. Phil, good catching up with you. Stay healthy and best to you and your family. All right, man?
All right, guys. Thanks.
We will see you on Friday's edition of IT presented to you by Toro.